it's Mrs. Kaufman here. How are you? Let's go ahead and do our Common Core quick check. This is just a quick check for you to determine how comfortable you're feeling with the work we're doing. First, solve these problems and see how you feel about them. Then we'll look at the answers, and you can see if you're struggling with any of this, you should go back and redo and see what you can figure out. Let's see here. Those are the answers. Okay, central question. How is it helpful to write numbers in different ways? This is what we're going to learn today, to simplify expressions with one variable and ones that have two variables. These are the standards that we're covering. This is our vocabulary. Please look these up and define them in your notebook. Term, coefficient, constant, and like terms. Let's simplify the expression 4 times 6x. When we're saying simplify the expression, we mean solve it, do it, figure it out. 4 times 6x is really saying 4 times 6 times x. The parentheses, as we've talked about in class, mean multiplication. 4 times 6 times x can be written like that. That's called the associative property, which we've also covered in class. So 24x multiply 4 and 6. Let's do another one here. 3 friends will pay X amount of dollars each for admission to the museum, plus $1 each to view the mummy exhibit. A 4th friend will pay admission but will not view the mummy exhibit. Write and simplify an expression that represents the total cost. So the expression 3 times x plus 1 plus x represents the total cost. Okay, and let's just talk about this for a minute. This is 3 people are doing the cost of admission, which is x dollars, and the mummy exhibit. Okay, so they're doing x dollars plus $1. And then one friend is just paying for the museum, which is just x dollars. Cost of the admission for the 4th kid. Okay, 3x plus 1 plus x. 3x plus 3 plus x. That's the distributive property. This is new. So what we're really doing is 3 times x, and then we're doing 3 times 1, because we can't combine these two. They're not like terms. Okay, so you have to multiply it all the way out. 3x plus 3 plus x. That's the commutative property shown here. We're moving the 3 over here so we can put what we like to call like terms together. Put all the x's together and all the numbers that don't have variables with them together. Okay. Then we have 4x plus 3, right? Because 3x plus another x is 4 plus 3. So the total cost is $4x plus $3. Simplify the expression 14y plus x plus 22y. Okay, 14y plus x plus 22y. If we write it in a different way, using the commutative property, x plus 14y plus 22y. So we just swap their spots, because in an addition statement it doesn't matter. Remember, we talked about that. Okay, so then because we have our associative property, we're going to put like terms together. We're going to put all the y's together so that it makes this easier for us to solve. Then we have x plus 36y. Now let's simplify 4 times 2x plus y using the distributive property. 4 times 2x plus y is really saying 4 times 2x and 4 times y. when we use the distributive property. So we get 8x plus 4y. Now we need to factor. Who remembers how to factor? Okay, that's a big term that's important to know throughout your math career. So let's go through this. So we need to find the greatest common factor. Greatest means biggest, that they have in common, factor of 27x and 18y. So 27x is really 3 times 3 times 3 times x. And 18y is 2 times 3 times 3 times y. Now we circle the things that they have in common. The greatest common factor of 27x and 18y is 3 times 3, or 9. Write each term as a product of the greatest common factor and its remaining factor, and then use the distributive property to factor out the greatest common factor. Okay, so we're doing 27x plus 18y, and we get 9 times 3x plus 9 times 2y. So you're just rewriting it using the greatest common factor. And 9 times 3x plus 2y is the distributive property. Okay, so if you're feeling confused, that's okay. What we're doing here is we're determining what number goes into 27 and 18. What's the biggest number that goes into both? 9 goes into both. Then technically we're kind of dividing out 9 from each one. 9 goes into 27 3 times, and 9 goes into 18 2 times. Okay, so that's kind of what we're doing if you want to think about it in a different way. I'm gonna, gosh, excuse me. That hopefully will help you think about it in a way that makes more sense for your little brains. Okay, here we go. The farmer's market sells fruit baskets. Each basket has 3 apples and 1 pear. If we use A to represent the cost of each apple and P to represent the cost of each pear, and then we're going to write and simplify an expression that represents the total cost of 5 baskets. So the cost of each basket is represented by the expression 3A plus P, right? Because we have 3 apples and a pear. Okay? The cost of 5 baskets can be represented by the expression 3A plus P. 5 times 3A plus P. If we use the distributive property to rewrite this, so you're going to do 5 times this and 5 times this. Share the love, okay? So you're going to have 5 times 3A plus 5 times P, which is 15A plus 5P. So the total cost of 5 baskets is 15A plus 5P. How did what you learned today help you answer the essential question, how is it helpful to write numbers in different ways? Okay, I want you to do this. Factor 30 plus 10x. I want you to factor that and then bring that into class tomorrow. Go ahead and finish up your whisk, summarize what we learned, create a question of your own that you can solve, and we will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Have a great afternoon.